To eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. It's 6:28. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Thursday, June 12th. And Megan, I know we are excited for that Jonas Brothers ice cream.
We sure are. I think as soon as it drops in stores, we're going to try it out and give a taste test for you guys.
We'll let you know how we're feeling. We'll even eat it at the pool. So it's
absolutely, we will.
Summertime.
And speaking of summertime, it's a really good summertime day. So if you have any plans to go to the pool, I'll break that forecast down for you. First, starting off with this morning, as it is a little bit foggy outside, especially for those by that Kentucky, Virginia, and Tennessee corner by Lee County, Virginia. You're looking at Harlan, 0.8 mile visibility. Most of the area is seeing some dense patchy fog. Drive safe. Good news is it's nice and dry, although we do have a slight chance for a little sprinkle chance for southwestern counties, with most of the region staying dry. Current temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s, and what everybody is waiting for, that forecast this afternoon. If you are heading out to the pool, we're going to look at temperatures in the upper 80s. It's going to be a warm day, so make sure you're dressing appropriately. Amelia.
In Pulaski County, a man and a woman were taken into custody after a high-speed chase and the discovery of illegal substances. Police arrested Kissy Cohen and Harley Gibson on Monday after Cohen drove off from a traffic stop and continued to drive away from police. Once stopped, a canine unit detected drugs in the vehicle. Detectives found drug paraphernalia, meth, marijuana, and digital scales. Cohen and Gibson were both taken to the Pulaski County Detention Center. An inmate who escaped from the Three Forks Regional Jail in Lee County is in custody once again. State police say they found Jeffrey Harrison in Lexington. Troopers say Harrison escaped from the jail on May 30th. Harrison was serving a sentence for promoting contraband. A federal theft and fraud trial for a Pike County Circuit judge has been pushed back. According to court documents, Howard Keith Hall's trial was postponed until November 10th. This comes after his defense team claimed the trial needed to be delayed because the case was too complex to put before a jury by July 14th, which had been the original date set. Hall was indicted in April on charges of mail fraud and theft of government funds. A Laurel County man pleaded guilty to possessing a gun after a shooting that happened earlier this year. William Malacote admitted to possessing a handgun while being a convicted felon. The situation is in connection with a shooting that happened at a shed near a home on US 25. Police say they found a man with a gunshot wound to the hand when they got there. They eventually found Malacote about a quarter mile away from the scene at a business off US 25. Deputies with the Laurel County Sheriff's Office are asking for your help finding a four-wheeler they say was stolen, as well as that suspect involved. If you look at your screen, you can see a picture of that four-wheeler. Deputies say it was taken from Witt Road, about 4 miles from London. If you have any information about where that four-wheeler is or the suspect involved, you're asked to contact the Sheriff's Office at 606-864-6600. More than 50 families impacted by the February flood are still hoping for answers, saying their low-income housing community has not been repaired, and they're out of resources. WYMT's Buddy Forbes investigates from Pike County.
After the February flood, tenants at the Tug Fork residential community were left in limbo.
I don't think that's right. I think these people deserve respect. I think these people deserve a home. I think these people deserve help.
Renters say more than 50 families were impacted, asked to leave their homes as repairs were made, while still expected to pay the bills as normal.
Irrational to make us pay rent and utilities in one place and expect us to pay to find somewhere else to stay while we're doing repairs, and we have no estimated time of move-in, no nothing.
In the months following the flood, tenants noted a disregard for their property by cleanup crews, important items taken from their homes, and increased electricity usage from the equipment used to clean things up.
They're taking advantage and they're stealing from low-income people, and people who's disabled. I mean, something's got to be done about it. and then she doesn't even know when she can get back into her apartment or if she ever will be able to get back into her apartment.
And as many of the tenants began running out of resources, they began moving back into the apartments, saying any attempts to repair the property appeared to be on hold.
When FEMA wouldn't help because we still received HUD on a place that we can't stay at, then we've had to exhaust all funds. So when those funds were gone and FEMA would no longer help, most of us had to move back.
Though they were never given the green light, with many of the downstairs units still in disrepair, with drywall no longer separating the units fully, they have been trying to make things work with the space they have, saying it is their only option with no access to temporary housing.
I was there for over a month. I exhausted all of my FEMA funds trying to feed my family. I'm a family of 7.
Last week, tenants were again informed they needed to vacate their apartments for the planned repairs. And some say they have been told rent will be paused for now. But others say once again there has been no clear communication.
They'll come out today and say one thing, and then they'll tell somebody else something different, and then somebody else something different. And then at the end of the day, we have no idea what we're doing.
This time they say there is still no timeline for when they should be out or when they might be able to return. And they want answers and accountability. But mostly they just want to be home.
That's my home. It might not be much to many people, but it's my home. I've been a resident there for over 10 years. So, you know, it's a home to me.
In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Tenants say the communication problem is not with the office staff, but the main property owners. Our reporter contacted the property owners who plan to send a response today. FEMA representatives say they plan to get in contact with any tenants who are eligible for assistance. Well, the Tony Turner Memorial Scholarship is given annually to students with an interest in journalism. This year, Kaylee Roberts is one of those students. Roberts attended Clay County High School, where she was very involved in clubs, community service, and theater. In the fall, she plans to attend the Ivy League's Dartmouth College, and she says this scholarship helped make that possible.
Getting that extra $1,000 was like, whew, like kind of a little bit of the weight off my shoulders.
The scholarship was established in 2003 in honor of former WYMT anchor Tony Turner, who died after a car crash nearly 23 years ago in June 2002. Rockcastle County school officials say they've seen a good start to their summer feeding program. The district serves more than 770 students. Each student receives 5 breakfasts, 5 lunches, and half a gallon of milk. Pickup dates continue each Tuesday through August 5th. Transportation cabinet officials say one road in Lee County will be closed this weekend. Kentucky 1144 will be closed Saturday. That road will be closed at mile point 1.8 to replace a drainage pipe. They say the work will start at 8 in the morning but should be finished by 4 that afternoon. If you're driving on that road, you can use Kentucky 11 and Kentucky 498 as alternate routes. A long-awaited project bringing a new conference center to Ashland is finally moving forward. The City Commission met Tuesday, voting to build the new facility next to the Paramount Arts Center. The city considered using the spot near the Delta Hotel, but Mayor Chuck Charles says it came down to cost, space, and proximity to the Paramount.
I see it complementing each other. You know, things that the events will happen at the conference center that also have the opportunity, you know, to have a full theater right there beside of it.
The mayor says there's need for more parking in hotel rooms downtown. He says the second phase may eventually include a new parking garage, and the city has acquired property for those additional spaces. Kentucky's public media is potentially facing massive funding cuts. That's according to KET's website, and a new bill that could slash more than $1 billion in public media funding. They say the lack of funding wouldn't just force stations to scale back, but would dismantle essential services communities count on. The House is expected to vote on these cuts later this week. You can visit KET.org for more information. Governor Andy Beshear is celebrating the impact of tourism in the Commonwealth. The governor announced that 2024 marked a record year for tourism, generating more than $14 billion and supporting more than 97,000 jobs. The governor celebrated the announcement with tourism leaders at the Louisville Slugger Museum. Fort Gay in Wayne County, West Virginia has new leadership. According to unofficial returns, Bob Sword received 63 votes to become the city's mayor-elect. The top 5 vote getters in the town council race were Greg Cavins, Jamie Frazier, Wilt Sammons, Peyton Rowe, and Bobby Daniels. Those elected will take office July 1st and will serve a 4-year term. The Wayne County School District in West Virginia is already working on making improvements for next school year and beyond. Making their schools safer is a top priority administrators have been looking into for the next several school years. The board is asking for approval to make amendments on their comprehensive education facilities plan the school submitted back in 2020.
Every 10 years, the districts prepare what's called a comprehensive educational facilities plan, and it's how they plan to improve the facilities in the district for the next 10 years. If we make any adjustments, as is always needed throughout the course of the decade, then we have to ask for an amendment to our plan, and the state board has to approve those amendments as well.
The school district will learn whether they are approved for funding on June 23rd when the State School Building Authority next meets. If approved, they can start working immediately after, but could take up to 6 months to finish.
This morning, temperatures are about on average in the upper 50s and low 60s. This trend will not be extending to the afternoon as we are much warmer than this time of year, with temperatures in the upper 80s, even having the potential of hitting that low 90 as you travel towards portions near Prestonsburg. Light pinpoint Doppler radar is nice and clear, and we have a very slight chance of showers for our southwestern counties. All in all, staying nice and dry though. This morning, temperatures low 60s with partly cloudy skies. By lunch, we're looking at the low 80s still with those partly cloudy skies, and cloud cover will increase as we're heading into the evening, looking at cloudy to mostly cloudy conditions with temperatures in the mid 80s. Amelia.